Hello, beautiful people. It's been a long time. I am so sorry. I have been busy with work and other engagements. That's why I've not had time to post videos here. I am really sorry. I've been so engrossed with other social media platforms, right? But I am back. I filmed a lot of videos for you. So this particular one is a huge wedding cake, very massive. As you can see, we have cakes all over the table. So this base is very big. So we'll be decorating this, and I want to take you through the process. The cake is massive, and the pans I bought were too small, so I had to bake lots of cakes and join everything together so that I'll be able to achieve the the size I wanted. So you can see that the cakes, the half, I have half here and half there, and then square cakes in the middle. So I joined everything together. Unfortunately, it did not work as I wanted, because after layering all, it's a 3-layer cake. So after layering everything, it turned out to be an over cake, and the other cakes coming on top are round cake. So it did not work at all. So just watch and see how I was able to turn the over shaped cake into a round cake. Right? I had lots of challenges while executing this job, but eventually stood still. I'll be taking you through all the process, right? From the layering, from coating, finishing, even the wedding cake and all that. Just stay glued and watch my videos. And thank you so much to my new subscribers. I'm sorry I've not been replying to comments because I've been very busy lately, but I'll go through all of them and reply to every comment under my previous post. This was a lot of work. Also, like I said, if you can see the shape here, just see there is an over cake, right? So what I did is that I took one of these cakes here, this half and half cake, I put it on the middle, the other side. I will do same for this side. So that was what I did to achieve the round cake, because like I said earlier, the other cakes coming on top, they are all round cake. So it would be bad to have an over shaped cake as a base and then having a round cake on top. So that was when this idea came. Why not just put this half and half cake in the middle, and then use other cake crumbs to patch it up and then make it a round cake. It was, when it gave me that over shape, I actually thought it would give me a round cake when I bought everything, but I just sat down for a moment. I was just looking at the cake. I was confused. I didn't know what to do. I was just looking at it. I said, God, please help me. And then the idea of putting this other one there and carving it out just came to my mind, right? I remember I've carved a cake like this from square to, I think from a square cake to, what's it called? Pillow shaped cake. I have that video on my channel, you can refer to it. So this was what I did. So after carving it, I used cake to patch the other side up, and then I started crumb coating. My crumb coating video is also on my channel, you can refer to it and watch it. But this is basically it. You need your buttercream, of course, and your cake crumbs. Put them together. Make sure the buttercream is not too light or too hard, right? Just the consistency you're seeing in this video is enough for you. So after that, just mix everything together. If your cake is very large, you can even use a mixer to put everything together. After that, apply it on the cake, and then you just start smoothing it around, like you can see, like I did in this video. That is basically what you need. right? It's very simple, but you have to be very careful at this point so that your cake will come out. When you eventually cover it with the fondant, it will come out beautifully well. So I also had to concoat the top of the cake, which is very important at this point, because the cakes are half and half cakes. They're not really a whole round cake by itself. So I had to concoat it and allow it firm up for days. I think 2 days or so. Yeah, 2 days. Yeah, before I covered it in fondant so that everything can just come together. Because lifting this cake was a hassle. We could not even lift it, so it was just on this table. When it was time for me to move it to the other table where I can comfortably go around it with the fondant and all that, I had to call my gate man and my security man and some other people on the street to come and help me carry it to the other table where it was very convenient for me to cover it in fondant, even though that other table was shorter, because I am tall. Of course, the other table was shorter, so that one I had to bend and all that, but it was just for the covering. So this was it after coating it, leaving it for I think 10 hours or so. So it was already coming together. It was already firm at this point. So after now, we'll be covering it in fondant. So like I said, we had to move it to this table where it will be very convenient for me to go around the cake, right? And then of course, the fondant is already dry. The coated cake is already dry. So for the fondant to be able to stick to it, we had to apply this buttercream on it. Alternatively, you can use water if you don't have buttercream available, or you steam the cake. Well, I know that would be a big work for me, steaming the cake and all that. So I just thought to use buttercream around the cake so that the fondant can stick, right? Just like this. It's very easy. But ensure that the buttercream is not too hard, it's not too thick, just the right consistency so that it will be easy for you to apply it on your cake. Please, if you've not subscribed at this point, please kindly subscribe, hit the notification bell, and comment, please. Thank you. So this was the fondant. We had to roll the fondant on the other table. I wasn't working alone. I was working with a couple of people, so they rolled the fondant. We could not roll it one long stripe because the table wasn't wide enough. Though the table is very wide, but the cake is big, so we had to do it twice. After that, we joined the seam together from this end and the other end, and then we remove the top, and then we remove this excess on the top, then we put the other bigger fondant on top. So the cake wasn't like I said, I had lots of challenges executing it, but eventually it stood tall. I will be taking you through the process. So after this video, I'm going to be posting the next one. Imagine I had to carry a baby on my back while working. It wasn't an easy one, yeah. So we trimmed it off, and then we applied the other fondant on top. So this is a bigger one. Just had to put it on top like this. So this is very important, these two smoothers, to achieve your sharp edges. If you don't want to use the upside down method I always use on my channel on most of my videos here, this is another way. Right, you wrap the fondant around the cake, and then you put the other one on top, and you start using your two smoothers to join the seam together. There's another tool I like to use. They call it flex smoother, but I got it a very long time ago. I think about 3 years ago. But now I don't think I've seen that tool anywhere. So usually after I use these two smoothers to join the seam together, then I will now use that other flex smoother and remove the excess so that the edges will be very sharp. Though that is a personal thing, you can use two smoothers and still achieve your sharp edges without using that other small flex smoother. It's not even a smoother, it's just something I bought from a store. Right, I don't know the actual name. I think it's a flex smoother or something like that. So just like that, join them together and then use the flex smoother. It's something very easy. I always say that in my video. There is nothing too difficult. Whatever you set your mind to do, you can achieve. Whatever you set your mind to do, you can achieve. So after joining that together, that is what I'm talking about. That thing on the cake right now, I don't know the actual name. I think it's a flex smoother. So this is what I use to remove the excess. You can see how I do it. Just look closely. I just put it on the cake and then just go with the other smoother on top. You can see the edges now that is very sharp. So this is what I mostly use, right? If you can get it to buy, you can buy it, but if not, you can always use your two smoothers for your edges. Just that I prefer using this one. It makes the edges very sharp. I mean, absolutely sharp. You can see it here. You can see how sharp it is. So that is what I use most times for huge cakes. But if the cakes are small, I will just flip it over. Something I can flip over, I flip it over. But when I have a large cake, like just like this on this table, of course I use it because it's very convenient and the edges come out very sharp and all that. I posted this on Facebook. If you're not following me on Facebook, kindly do so. And Instagram I'm Busy Bee Cakes, and on Facebook I am Abu Sadiat Blessing. Please kindly follow me. Thank you so much. So on a scale of 1 to 10, kindly rate this cake and tell me what size do you think. I intentionally did not want to mention the size of this cake. So what size do you think the cake is? Kindly let me know in the comments. Thank you. Please subscribe, comment and share. Thank you so much. So after covering the cake, we had to stencil the cake. The wedding cake has stenciling all over. We had to stencil the cake. So the recipe for my royal icing for stenciling is 1 kg icing sugar, 4 egg whites, and then 3 to 4 tablespoons of vinegar. Beat the egg whites very well until it's foamy. Then sift your icing sugar and gradually incorporate. And then if it's getting thicker, you now use vinegar to lighten it up. The vinegar, you can even increase it. It depends on the consistency you want. If you want it hard, you add a little. If you want it runny a bit, if you want a stiff consistency, you also put it. So this was it when we were done covering and stenciling. If you have any question, I always reply to comment, except I am not online. Please drop it for me in the comment, and don't forget to play the game. Guess the size of this massive cake, and I will pin your comments. The person that gets it correctly, I'll pin your comments in the comment section. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for being here. I do not take your love and your support for granted. Thank you so much. Love and light from Busy Bee Cakes.